When people talk about secularism these days, their focus is mainly on the separation. So, for example, in Collins' dictionary, it says that secularism is a system of social organization and education where religion is not allowed to play a part in civil affairs. So, separation of religion and civil affairs, for example, or public affairs. Uh, and I think this is Oxford Dictionary. It says that the principle of secularism is the principle of separation of the state from religious institution. So one meaning of secularism is, and that seems to be a more popular one, and that's why probably it's not the exact or correct understanding, is that of separation between religion and politics, or separation of state from religious institution. So state is not run by religious authorities or religious principles, or it's not justified on that basis, generally speaking. Obviously, there are always exceptions to these broad rules. But secularism, in its basic understanding, doesn't mean separation. Separation might be one of the corollaries or one of the consequences of the meaning of secularism, but secularism doesn't necessarily or fundamentally mean separation between the state and religion. Yeah, it does mean that the state is not run on religious principles, but that doesn't mean that the state has no authority on religion, for example. So, because most secular states have some sort of, or at least fundamental authority on religion, in a sense which I'll keep more undetermined at this stage. So, what's the basic meaning of it? So, separation is not really the basic meaning of secularism. It might be a consequence, or a particular conception of separation might be a consequence or corollary of the conception of secularism. But today, what we mean by secularism, or the fundamental meaning of secularism, is not separation. It's more fundamental than that. So, what's the